Hey everyone, welcome to my brand new makeup channel here on YouTube. This is my very first tutorial on this channel. I'm super excited to be filming this. This is my fresh face, simple, glam, full coverage look. This is a all drugstore, easy, like face glam. I didn't do any eye makeup, but this is like full coverage, drugstore glam, full on highlight, full fresh face, like flawless skin look that you guys can do from all drugstore products. And you can just take tips from me or whatever, but I am so excited to be filming this video for you guys. It's my very first tutorial on this channel, and I want this channel to be informative and fun and just a lot of things that I like to do in makeup. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, which I'm sure you are new because it's a brand new channel. Go check out the welcome to my channel video if you guys want to figure out what this channel is going to be all about. But basically, I'm MUA Kaleb, and you can follow me on Instagram at MUA Kaleb or Best Insta Beauty. Best Insta Beauty is my main Instagram page, and the other one is my personal one where I post my own looks. Best Insta Beauty is a makeup blog on Instagram, and I post a lot of videos that I found on Instagram that I like. But anyways, back to this video. We're going to be doing this full coverage drugstore makeup look, and of course, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up on my channel on this video, and definitely subscribe and check out the description box below for all my social media and products used and everything that you want to know. And let's get into this full drugstore tutorial. So I've already moisturized my face using the Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture. This is the one for sensitive skin. I love this stuff. I swear by it. It's my all-time favorite moisturizer. And as you can see, I do have some acne going on right here, right there, and right there. I'm going to definitely be covering those. And yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. I'm going to start by priming. I just moisturized, but we need to prime the face. To prime, I'm going to be using the NYX Pore Filler. And I'm just going to take some on the back of my hand. And what I do is I just put it like where my large pores are. So like right here, my nose. And kind of pat and press it in. And this is actually really comparable to the Benefit Professional Primer, which yes, I have tried and I like that primer as well. But if you're looking for like a drugstore version of that, this is a really good option. Or another one I recommend is the Maybelline Baby Skin. That one's also really good, but a little bit different. This one's closer to the Professional by Benefit, but yeah. So it's time for foundation. We're going to be using a mixture of foundations that I've been really loving recently. It's this Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream in the shade 520 Light, and then the Infallible by Loreal Pro Matte Foundation. I mix a little bit of this one in with this one. This one's a little darker than my skin tone. So I put this one on to kind of bronze up my skin because I'm very pale, and if I use a really light foundation, it just ends up looking like I'm a ghost. And so I like to use a darker foundation and take it down my neck. That's just what works for me, but totally up to you how you want to do this. If you want to use your actual skin shade or your neck shade, but for me, I like to just be a little darker on the face because my neck, I'm so pale as it is. So this is what works for me. By no means am I saying you have to do it this way or anything like that. Just you can take ideas from me or whatever you want. So first, I'm going to go ahead and conceal these little spots. I'm using the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer, and I'm just going to take it a little bit on each spot that I've got there. Lots of redness, but we're going to cover that with foundation. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild little brush here, and I'm just going to blend and pat that concealer in. Sorry about the shadow. The lighting is crappy, I know, but I'm hoping to get some new lighting. Looks like we've concealed those little acne spots pretty well. Looks good. Alright, so foundation. I use a lot of foundation, so be fair warned. I have told you now that yes, I use a lot of foundation. So I know people are going to be like, oh my god, so much fucking foundation. So that's about the amount of foundation in the Clean Matte, and then I put a little bit of the Infallible Pro Matte on there, and I mix them together with the back of a brush. So I just kind of take it and swirl the foundations together. It's really great to try out different mixes of foundation. Sometimes you'll find like an amazing mixture, and that's what I found with this. It keeps me full coverage all day. It's very comfortable to wear, and it stays pretty matte. You know, I do have a lot of oily areas of my skin. I have combo skin, so I'm like oily here, A little bit oily through here and dry here, dry there. So it's a good mixture for me anyway. Where is it? Oh gosh. Don't you guys hate when you like lose your brushes? There it is. A flat foundation brush, and I'm just going to paint my face. And people are gonna like go crazy at this point because I'm putting so much foundation on, but I'm actually not. I'm dipping the foundation brush in here and kind of spreading it out and then spreading it on my skin. So I'm not using as much as it looks like. I'm just spreading it over a large area. So if it looks like I'm using like 1,000,000 pounds of foundation, no. I'm using more than the average person would, but yeah, I basically like Patrick Star style glam, so that's what you're gonna get with my channel. I know I'm a brand new channel, and if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I would love that. I am trying to get to like 500 subscribers in like a month. I don't know, something like that. I have a goal of trying to grow my channel, and I just want to create good content, and I do have an Instagram page called Best Insta Beauty and MUA Kaleb. If you guys want to go follow those, you can go check me out on Instagram. I love that. I'm going to blend this all out with this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So I'm just going to take this, make sure you get all the way back in your ears. We're going to get the neck in a moment, so don't worry about that. And I'm looking down at my mirror, so I know a lot of people don't like to do this. I know a lot of people think it's bad to do this, but you know, makeup doesn't really have rules. So this is what works for me. Full coverage is what I like. I always like full coverage. I never really go for like a sheer coverage or anything like that. I really just prefer full coverage looks. Now I'm going to take the same foundation and I'm going to bring it onto my neck. Yes, I go all the way down my neck. I'm a fake ass hoe. So I am not my actual skin color, but I like to be bronzier than I am. So this is what works for me. I've tried using bronzer to do this and it just doesn't work. So to make everything look even, this is what works for me. So I know people are probably screaming right now like, oh my god, like what are you doing? But this is what works for me. I know. So I'm gonna blend out my neck foundation and get everything blended. And I pull my shirt down and blend down so it doesn't show in the neckline. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair, and I'm just gonna take this and we're gonna go ahead and conceal under our eyes. I'll put some right here too, and then I'm also gonna do the eyelid, and I do one side at a time. So I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild brush. It's like a flat top kabuki, and I'm going to start blending this concealer into my skin. Again, using like a tapping motion rather than like a circular motion. Okay, that's blended. Now we're going to do the other eye. This Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is one of my favorites. It's like so easy to blend, and it has really good coverage and just looks really, really good. It's pretty comparable to like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I really like that one too, but this Maybelline one is like, oh my goodness, it's really, really good. For the drugstore especially. I think it's like $6.99, and it's just a really, really good concealer. So I definitely recommend that from the drugstore. And I love these Wet n Wild brushes too. They're so good. Oh my gosh. Take the concealer again, and I'm going to put some on my chin, my Cupid's bow. This is going to be like a little bit of a highlight type thing. Center of the nose. And we're going to put some in the center of the forehead as well. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. Again, using that like tapping, stippling motion. That's what works best for me to get the coverage I like. So, yeah. And I'm just going to blend out the forehead. Alright, and we're ready to set everything. So, to set my face, I'm going to use the Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage Powder. Now, I do use a copious amount of powder, so if you're against that, then I don't know what to tell you. But what I do to prevent my clothes from getting disgusting is, let me show you guys, hold on. You just take a sheet or a towel or anything like that that you don't mind getting dirty, and you just put it around you. This is what I do. Oh my god, I look weird in the camera. Holy cow. Okay. So yes, I do put a sheet like this. I know it's crazy. It's like I'm painting or something. And I'm going to take a powder puff and go right into the Airspun, and we're going to bake and start under my eyes. And I'm just going to take the powder, and I'm just going to apply it right under the eye area first, and then I'm going to bake the rest of the face. So I just press it all the way in everywhere. So I literally am just pressing this powder into the skin everywhere. So my nose especially needs to be baked because it'll just separate all day long with all this foundation on it. If I don't, down this side. I just want to get powder and stuff all over my clothes, so that's why I put a sheet on to prevent that. And as you guys can see, I probably look crazy, but it's okay. I'm just packing this powder into the skin. This is what's going to set all that foundation. When you use so much foundation, you really got to set it. So, yeah. And now we can move on to brows. I'm going to go ahead and do them really quickly off camera, because if you guys want a brow tutorial, I will do it. Just leave a comment down below. I find it really difficult to film me doing my brows, and I want them to look good today, so I'm going to film that now. Or not film, I'm going to do it off camera, and then if you guys want a brow tutorial, I will film one, but just, you have to comment down below. So let me go do my brows. I'll be right back. Alright, my brows are done. I know a lot of people are going to say things about my brows. These are my brows. This is what I like to do for them. I know people are like, or whatever, but they're what I do. So they're intense, I know, but it's just what works for me. I'm taking the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade 001 Transparent. I'm taking another Real Techniques brush, swirling it in there, and using this to brush off all of the Airspun powder that's on my face. I'm just going to swirl it basically. You know what? I don't want to get any more on my clothes, so I'm taking the sheet again, and I'm going to take this Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and this just helps to get rid of that other excess baking powder on my face. And I don't know what else to call it. I just kind of swirl this around, and it just smooths everything out, brings back my regular skin texture, gets rid of all that excess powder on my face. As you can see, we're looking pretty nice. The skin's looking really smooth and fresh. And what we're going to do is contour, put some blush on, and make ourselves look fresh-faced again. Okay, so all that powder is off the face, except for under the eyes. So I'm going to take a little e.l.f. bronzing brush. I'm just going to run this right underneath the eye area to remove the powder that's under there. And we're ready to contour. Yes, my favorite step of the whole routine is contouring. I love it. And highlighting, of course, but yeah. So, we are looking, our skin's looking good. As you can see, it looks full coverage, and I don't look like a total ghost. So, to contour, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this one is, oh, there's only one shade of this, I believe, and it's a butter bronzer, and I'm going to use the Wet n Wild contour brush to contour. So we're going to dip it in there, and we're going to just start beginning to create a cheekbone where we want it, or just to define our cheekbones, and we're just going to run this in there. I love the bronzer. I love this bronzer. It smells so good. And I'm just doing a kind of a light contour today. This is not going to give you like a super intense contour, this bronzer, but I am, you know, going to get some definition out of it. Run it on my jawline. I'm going to take it on the forehead, temples, blending it all together, making sure that everything comes together smoothly. And I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to add some blush for a little bit of color. This is the Kat Von D Duo Blush in Samson and Delilah. I'm just going to take an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm going to swirl this in there and just apply it back here by the contour. I'm going to take the darker shade and apply it right here. For highlight today, I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics number 12 brush with the Wet n Wild Precious Petals Mega Glow highlighter. Love this. I'm going to use this Pearlescence Coconut Water Spray on the brush. First, get the brush saturated, and then I'm going to dip it right in the highlighter, run it through the highlighter, and I'm going to apply this. What works best for me is with a one direction, like doing it like this rather than like this, to get that like glow. I'm going to spritz the brush again for the next side. Spritzing the brush just gives you a little bit more of a foiled, like blinding highlight effect, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm running this right on the cheekbone. This gives you a really pretty glow. Nice. I'm going to take this on the nose, right on the Cupid's bow. Yes, looks so good. A little bit on the brow bone. And if you want something a little more like blinding, I know this has like a nice glow, but if you want something a little more blinding, you can use this Wet n Wild, the Sweetest Bling limited edition highlighter. Go pick it up, it's amazing. I'm going to put a little bit of that on as well, just to give it a little bit more pop. For me, if I'm going for like a simple glam, well, to me this is simple glam because I'm not doing eye makeup, I'm doing something fresh faced and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use a satin lipstick from Maybelline. This is the shade 915 Blushing Beige. This is one of my favorite Maybelline satin lipsticks. I love it. I'm gonna apply this, and it's just gonna give me a nice fresh lip look, but it's not gonna be super dry looking like a matte lipstick. That's just a really easy, pretty simple nude lipstick. I love it. My current favorite drugstore mascara is this Loreal Voluminous Feline mascara. I'm gonna apply this really quick. Mascara makes a huge difference too, so don't skip this step. It makes all the difference, it really does. The last step in this routine for me is using a setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray, but I'm going to mix this with the Make It Dewy one just to give me a nice overall glow, but I'm going to go ahead and set my face with this. You can drench yourself in it, that's what I like to do. And then I also have the Make It Dewy, which I'm going to put on as well just for a little bit of extra glow.